Hi, how you doing today? I'm certainly glad to see you. I thought today we'd do something that's a little bit different, so let me tell you what I've already done up here on the canvas. This is a black canvas. Now it's just covered with black gesso and allowed to dry. Then I've taken and covered the top half of this black canvas with liquid white. And down here we have layers. Oh, I've put some Prussian blue with some yellow ochre in it, some phthalo blue, and right down in here a little bit of brown. I thought we'd do a little seascape today. So just blues and a little brown here on the corner. Maybe have a little land showing right here. So let's have them graphically put all the colors on the screen that you need to paint along with me. And they'll come across in the same order that I have them on my palette. While they're doing that, let's go on up here and get started. And I thought today we'd start off with a small amount of phthalo blue. Just a little bit, little tiny bit. And to the phthalo blue, I'm going to reach right down here and grab a touch of bright red and just add it. Maybe, there we go, a little bit more. So phthalo blue and bright red. Okay, let's go right up here. Maybe we'll have a big cloud in the sky. So just using little crisscross strokes, just laying something about like so. See, I didn't overmix the color, so you have all kind of little things happening in there. Now, I'm gonna have a big cloud. Maybe he lives right in there, so I'll just leave that space open for the time being. Sort of decide where your cloud's gonna live, and you don't have to worry about him. Just leave that space open. Okay, now then we can just sort of blend that out and smooth it a little bit. That quick, you have a very effective little sky. Okay, now then, same old dirty brush. I'm going to go into midnight black and back into the bright red. So I have midnight black and bright red. Just mix it right on the brush. Okay, let's go right in here. Now let's put some shadows in this big cloud up here. Here we go. Just use the corner of the brush and just drop in some happy little shadows. Comes right down into there. Let it come right down to the dark. You don't care if it hits that dark and picks up a little of that color. Just the corner of the brush, little circles. Just little circles. There we go. Okay, I'll wash this brush. And we wash our brushes with odorless thinner. There's a screen in the bottom of the can that I scrub the brush against, shake off the excess. Then you redecorate your room in just a heartbeat. Now then, let's go into titanium white. Pull the brush through the paint. Get a lot of paint on the brush. Okay, let's go right up here. Now this big fluffy cloud just lives right here, floats around the sky, has a good time right here. Big son of a gun. He's a healthy cloud. Big healthy cloud. We'll let him get smaller and smaller and smaller back through there. Okay, there we go. Don't kill all your dark. Leave some of that dark in there. All right. Now then, I have several brushes going, so I don't have to wash them all the time. So I'll take a clean brush, and I'm going to let's blend that a little bit. Just a little. Just sort of stir it up. Don't overdo. Just enough to sort of bring it together. Okay. Then very lightly, fluff it. Look at there. Look at there. And then just gently, gently blend it. And that brings it all together. That easy. Okay. Now then, sometimes when you're doing seascapes, you'll find it a little bit easier if you just take a brush and sort of sketch in a little tiny bit so you have an idea where things are going to be. And I think when you first start seascapes, you'll find this really and truly helps you. So the only thing I'm really worried about here is having I want a big wave in this one. It comes over, poosh, crashes, and maybe it goes way over like that. So that'll be our guide. Well, you can tell why I paint. I've never mastered drawing. There we go. And that's really about all we need. Okay. Now we can take a fan brush with just titanium white and load that brush full of paint, a lot of paint. Okay, let's go right up here. Start back here, and I'm just going to barely just let it graze the canvas. Now see, already it's picking up all those little colors. Just let it barely touch, barely graze. Just like so. Okay, and then maybe right along in here. Watch here, watch here. Uh-oh, look at all that. Just, now what you're interested in is the dark here, not the light. Now very lightly, we'll just pull that back. Just pull it back, pull it back. Pull it back, that easy. Okay, I'm gonna add some more white to the brush and go right in here and do that. Just like so. Follow the contour of that big wave that you're gonna have. Choom. And then once again. See there? Now all that'll begin making sense. This is one of the nicest, easiest little ways that I've ever seen, though, to create seascapes. Big, churning, splashing waves. All right. Now maybe back here in the distance somewhere there's some big headlands, big rocks. We'll take some crimson and some phthalo blue, and I'll reach over here and grab some white. We're looking for a lavender color, about like that, right there. Very good. Okay, let's go right up here. Now then, you have to make a big decision. Where does this headland live? He lives right there. Well, he certainly does now. It's a big son of a gun. He's right over here in front of your cloud. All we're doing here is just applying color. Just all we're looking for is just the nice basic outside shape. We could care less what's going on inside here. Just the edges. Just take this old fan brush and get mean with it. Really scrunch it in there. Don't know if that's a word or not, but certainly you know what I'm saying. Now then, you can take this brush and begin pulling that. Because this is wet, it'll move on there. There we go. See, and it gets lighter, lighter, lighter as it works down. Now then. Okay, now just by changing brush strokes here, you can create the illusion of all kinds of little things happening. So we don't want a lot of detail. This is too far away. Too far away. So just take the brush, create all kinds of little things. Like so, okay? Isn't that nice and easy? Told you you'd like that. Let's tell you what. We're going to use the same colors, only with less white in it. So we have alizarin crimson and phthalo blue. Alizarin crimson, phthalo blue. Proportionately, well, that's hard to say. Proportionately, you need much more crimson than blue. Okay, I'm going to have another little headland, and he lives, yep, right there. Look at that. See how easy it is? You can just make layer after layer after layer, and it really helps create the illusion of distance in your seascape. All right. Now, once again, with a 2-inch brush, pull that down. Watch here. Let me show you something. Same color. You can come right back in here because there's a little misty area in there, and you can create another one. And I suddenly got it. You can do all that easy. Now then, just with some brush strokes, let some little things happen in here. People will think you worked for months to do that, and don't tell them any different. Don't tell them any different. There we go. Soften that. Now then, we go back to our fan brush that has the white on it, and we can come right in here, see, and begin creating all kinds of beautiful little things. Just let all that happen. There. Okay. Now we want a big crashing wave here that's churning over and watch. See there? There it is. Look at that. That easy. That easy. Maybe up here it's, and don't make it just straight across. Water breaks and it churns and it has fun and there's some violence going on in here. You're familiar with violence. That's what happens when you get home late. There. See, that easy. You created the basic wave shape, just like that. Now then, I'm going to take a bristle filbert. This is a number 6 bristle filbert. And I'll go right back into this lavender color. And let's start right in here. And we're going to have some nice churning, some splashing, crashing going on. And all we're doing here is just throwing in some shadows. Just throwing it. There it goes. Look. Push that brush. Really work that color in there. Okay, let me wash out that brush. Now the one thing that everybody likes in seascapes is that big transparent eye. The part right in here where the light shines through. We'll make that. I'm going to take some titanium white and the least little touch of cad yellow. Least little touch. Almost looks white still. Just fill the brush full. A lot of paint. See, a lot of paint in that brush. Okay, let's go up here. If your eye is going to be right here, then just scrub this in. Now you can do this several times to get the desired lightness. And it'll be a little bit right along the top, like that. You can wipe off that brush, clean it good. Really get it dry and go right back into that very, very light yellow color and add it in there again. You can do this over and over. Once again, till you get the lightness that you want in your painting. Okay, now then we'll take a clean, dry 2-inch brush and I want to come right into this eye and soften very lightly, very lightly. See, you can bring all that together. Now we can begin creating the shape. Pull that. Pull it. This is where you begin forming your wave. Okay, maybe right along in here we'll add a little bit more light and begin letting it just sort of drift downward. A little bit right in there. Watch. Now we'll take this brush, grab it. See? These black canvases are fantastic for seascapes. Personally, I had rather do the seascapes on black canvas than I had do it on white because your black, your dark area is already there. Okay, now I'm going to take my liner brush and go right into this color. This was the titanium white with the least little touch of cad yellow. Okay, let's go back up here. Now maybe there's a little light playing through here, and all we're going to do is just touch. Just touch and make little things happening, little glimmers. This is what makes it pretty. Just let that bounce right along the top, right along these waves. Look at there. See? And let it go back. Right along in here. There it is. Pull it back a little bit. And this is just that light color with paint thinner. Look at that. All kinds of things happening. Okay, and we'll have a few little things that sort of climb up these little swells in the back. See there? Now then, we'll take a little phthalo blue and some white and paint thinner. Just a very light blue color. And we'll go into some of the other areas here. See? And just do the same thing. Put some of these little things in here. You can begin creating all kinds of happy little things. All right, here's some up in here. See? And just sort of let them drift off to nothing in the background. These are a lot of fun to do. And I think you'll find them quite simple. Quite simple. They work very well. Alrighty. Okay, let's take, and I'm going to go right up in here. We'll just use this little filbert brush and we'll begin working on some little foam things that are climbing right up the edge here. See them? There we go. Okay. See, this is where you can create all kinds of nice little foam patterns, just like so. All right. Okay. Now then, let me clean off this brush. Wipe it good. I'm just wiping these brushes on a paper towel, so it's very simple. Now then, let's go into, this is white, titanium white, with the least little touch of the cad yellow. Least little touch. Can't say that enough times. All right, let's go back up here, and let's begin putting in some sparkle on this foam. The brush is sort of tilted to the side and pushed upward, so that bright area hits up here. See it? See? And when you begin running out of paint, turn the brush over. There's a whole nother side, and here it's crashing up. Oh, I ran out of paint. I got excited and ran out of paint. There we go. Look at that. It's splashing all up here against these rocks and carrying on. Wipe your brush off. Clean it. Try to keep that color as nice and pure as you can. Okay, right up in here, push it. Make little sounds. Think about being at the ocean. Look at that. Oh, that churning, splashing. There's a lot of power in here. Tremendous amount of power. Okay, you wipe off the excess paint. Now come back in here with a brush that's quite dry and has no paint. It's a clean brush. And just begin blending these areas together using little circular strokes. Little circular strokes, tiny little circles. There you go. See there? Now then, let me clean the brush. You know, I must have cleaned 100,000 brushes, and it's still fun. Now with a clean, dry brush, I'm going to go right in here, and very gently, we're just going to mix this up. Just stir it a little bit. See there? Look at that. Brings all that together. Just right on around. Don't let this get too bright. The only part you want to be really bright is what's out in the sun. Okay, now we need something for that to be crashing against. Tell you what, let's go right into some Van Dyke brown here. Pull it out very flat, like so. Cut across it so you have that roll of paint right out on the edge of the knife. Okay, let's go up here. Now this is crashing right in here, so we need a big stone that lives. There it is. Look at that, big old stone. He's living here. Waves are just about to beat him to death. There we go. This is nice. This is nice. This would be a good place to do some surf fishing. You can catch a big old fish that lives out there in the ocean. My mother would like it. She's quite a fisherman. She came to Alaska and spent some time with me and took her out and she caught a big salmon. Okay, this is a little dark sienna and Van Dyke brown. I want this to be quite dark still. And with this, we sort of form our rocks. Just see. There, but still quite dark. Quite dark. Yeah, we'll take a fan brush. I'm going to go into a little liquid white, a little titanium white, and then phthalo blue. I want this to be a little thinner than the paint that's already on the canvas. That's why I dipped it into the liquid white first. Okay, now let's go right up here. Now with this color, you can just quickly here put the indication of water just running right off this rock. Now if your paint doesn't want to stick, you can add a little paint thinner, a little more of the liquid white. Look at there. And at home, when you have a lot of time, you can sit and really put a lot of these in. I just want to show you how right now. You can just go crazy. All kinds of beautiful little things. Okay, let's go right in here. Again, laying in all kinds of little dewars. Coming right up to the rocks. Leave some of these dark areas showing. Make it look like little foam things happening. Don't just cover it all. This is phthalo blue, titanium white, and it's picking up that dark color that's already there. And see, leave some of these dark areas and worry about shape. Create all kinds of little shapes. See, it's going right up the side there. Leave little holes in it. Is that giving you the feeling of the ocean yet? Okay, and see how that makes it look like it's swirled? Don't keep beating it though. Hit it and get away from it. Hit it, get away from it. There. All kinds of little things. Now then, maybe in here we're going to have some sand and we want it to look wet. So, take a little white and I'm going to just sort of pull this. Now we put color on the canvas already here. Now then, directly under here, pull straight down. Put a little color. Straight down like that. And then lightly come across. I want to add at least a little touch of dark sienna to that. Give it a little more dirt feeling, like that. See there? And pull it down and go across, just like we're making reflections on a lake. That easy. Now, I'll take the paint thinner and go right into my blue color, and maybe there's a little ripple that lives. Yep, right there. See? And pull back some little lines. These should be basically straight. There we go. And that'll give it, just make it look like water there. Go into a little bit of the lavender color, and right underneath this here, just make a little line, a little dark line. And that'll help make it look like it's sort of standing up a little. That little line is very important. There we go. Now then, still have that lavender color on my liner brush. I'll just put some little things in here. Now you can just put all kinds of little things that are happening. Like so, wherever you want them. Okay, tell you what. There's a nice area over here. Let's put another happy stone. Use the Van Dyke brown again. Pull it out very flat. That little roll of paint, and maybe this stone, yep, he lives right there. You knew that, didn't you? In your seascape, decide where you want stones to live. Put them wherever you want them. Wherever you want them. This is Van Dyke brown. A little bit of the dark sienna in it. Maybe it comes right on off the canvas there. There we go. Just let these things happen. Now we'll take a little yellow ochre, a little dark sienna, a little Van Dyke brown. Mix them very loose. Cut off a little roll of paint. Okay? Now then, by loose I mean don't overmix them. See? See, that way you get all these beautiful things. They happen. They happen automatically. You don't have to worry about them. Shoot, spend your time that you're going to thinking about composition. It's nice when you don't have to think about how to load that knife, and you can spend all your thinking time just thinking about your composition. That's when you really experience the joy of painting. Now then, a little bit of water right around his foots here. Now I'm going to take a little more of that phthalo blue and white, and let's have a little bit of water, maybe just dripping right off this rock. Here comes some. Look at that. And you can really work on the shape of your rocks doing this. Make all kinds of beautiful little things. It just goes on and on and on. There. Now then, paint thinner. I want to go back in here and I want to begin adding just some little details. Look at that. See, all these things really, really help you painting. All these little details. Spend some time. You know, they yell and scream at me here if I go over 30 minutes. But at home, you can do anything. Anything. Well, almost anything. There. And down in here, you can put all kinds of little... These little details are what really make your seascape pretty. Little foamy patterns all over. Little things. You could put a little sandpiper or two in here. Look at that. There. I think that'll show you how to do a pretty nice little seascape. I think you'll like doing that one. Let's sign this one. I'll dip right into my liquid clear, use the liner brush, and we'll sign him right here. Sincerely hope you've enjoyed this seascape. If you can do this one, you can do a million. Spend some time, devote a little time to practice, and you too can experience the joy of painting. From all of us here, happy painting. God bless.